What's up everybody, and today we are reacting to every single Warhammer 40k faction explained part 1, but my part 2 of part 1. It's like a Bricky video inception that we're reacting to here because his part 1's 50 minutes long. So I have to break it up into like 15-minute segments, or at least to like a certain point where it seems right. It looks like we're getting onto Space Marines. I'm really excited to learn more about Space Marines because I don't know much about them, even though they're kind of I would say the most iconic Warhammer kind of character. Would you guys agree with me with that? I think that's probably right by saying that. Again, the last video, part 1, you guys gave some incredible comments in the bottom, helping me out a bunch with explaining what these factions are all about. So I really do appreciate that. Also, I have got the Horus Heresy book 1 on order. It should be here very soon, and I can actually start reading that, and it's going to be a ton of fun. So yeah. Anyways, let's shut up. Let's react to part 2 of part 1 of Bricky's video, every single Warhammer 40k faction explained. Pop this up and let's crack on.
Space Marines.
What a great way to start it.
Angels of Death are up next. Space Marines are genetically engineered super soldiers and superhumans. They're given extra organs, their skin tissue is toughened, their bones are stronger, they're taller than the average person. They're pretty massive people, and these
What organs could they possibly add?
are the specialized super soldiers that carry out a lot of the more specific tasks for the Imperium, and there's tons of legions of them. In fact, there's one per Primarch. Each Primarch, the Emperor's son, as I mentioned before, oversees their legion of Space Marines. The genetic...
Okay, so there was a certain amount of Primarchs that all kind of had their own little faction. I'm very much interested in the Space Wolves one. A little bit of hair coming up here. A little bit of hair coming up. I don't like that. It's tickling me forehead. I'm really interested in the Space Wolves one. I think they're really cool. And there's probably like, I think the Blood Angels are kind of cool. So yeah, they're the ones I want to know about. I wonder if he's going to get into all the different bits.
The upgrade they get is based on the genes of said Primarch. It's something called a gene seed. That's what brings them up to this like superhuman level. As stated, each Primarch has their own legion. Robot Girly Man has the Ultramarines. Jagatai Khan has the White Scars. Robo Dorn has the Imperial Fists. Corvus Corax has the Raven Guard.
Ooh, they are so cool.
There's a whole bunch of other side sections that are also extremely interesting and have a little bit more of a twist on the average Space Marines, which we will discuss in a bit. Humorously enough, I don't have a whole lot to say about Space Marines. They're superhumanly fast. In fact, it's been said that nothing that large should move that quick. These men in power armor moving at blazing fast speeds, their reflexes are faster, their skin is tougher. They are overall just extremely powerful soldiers. In fact, where they differ comes down to which Space Marine Legion we're talking about. For instance, the Ultramarines done by Robot Gilliman are the main blue boys, strong in almost every way, the jack of all trades kind of group that are a little bit too strong, and that's a lore problem, but the White Scars by Jagatai.
So the blue ones, I feel like they're the iconic ones. They're the ones you kind of, they're the ones that have always been the forefront of Warhammer 40k, and they're the ones I saw. When I was really young, it was them ones, and it was the Space Wolves that me and my brother were interested in, as well as like the Tau. And the other ones, the ancient robot ones with the green lasers, they were also really cool when I was young. So they're kind of like the only ones I know about. Everything else I don't know about. But that being said, I still want to know more about them ones because all I did was paint them and play with them. I never knew the lore behind them. So I'm very interested in that.
Tycon are all about speed freaks, go fast. We're talking attack bikes. We're talking land speeders. You want to go in quick. You want to hit them hard. You want them to be swarming around like buzzflies. Buzz saws.
That's cool.
With the speed of buzz saws.
This guy's really funny.
Salamanders love fire. Fire in the forge, fire in battle. Flamers, melta-guns, multi-meltas. Just so long as something can be burning, that's big. And they're also actually some of the nicest of the Space Marines. A lot of Space Marines have this kind of like holier-than-thou thing because of their genetic strength. However, the Salamanders tend to put human lives above the lives of themselves, which is actually rather rare. They're also all black, but not like just regular black, like 2 a.m. line at a White Castle black. Like they have a charcoal, dark, ashy exterior and blazing red eyes. Apparently something about living on their home planet of Nocturne, which I don't know if that makes much sense, but who cares? This is like fantasy land anyway. Overall, salamanders are actually one of my personal favorite legions because they're just really cool. They're fun to play as because of all their flamer weapons, and they have a nice, like, more heartwarming lore as opposed to being super evil like everyone else is. Oh my god, we're not even a quarter of the way through the Space Marine legions. Imperial Fists believe in the power of the siege and defensive positions. Raven Guards, master of stealth and sabotage while having bird helmets.
Oh, guys, I kind of really like them. Let me know, is there any books or anything I can read up on these dudes as well? Specifically these dudes, let me know in the comments down below. And by the way, I might not be able to read everybody's comments, but the comments I do get around to when I ask for requests about books or whatever, you guys are fantastic, so please keep it up. I love reading them.
Iron Hands, masters of machines and vehicles, while being really goddamn good at being sold on eBay after one nerf. Space Wolves, Vikings and wolves and tons of wolves and axes, battle axes, fur everywhere. Space Wolves, angry, big teeth, Blood Angels, the genetic defect to make them want to drink blood and go crazy called the Red Thirst. They have Cupid wings and stuff, which is a little bit strange, and they are all super gay for Sanguinius. Dark Angels are old school knights and inner circle theme and...
Are you a heretic?
Me? No, never. Once in a blue moon, I know.
Death Watch,
The Oblivion music in the background.
fancy pantsy anti-Xenos group that nobody plays because Death Watch, and they look cool though, but no one plays them. I don't know about Death Watch. They're there though. Black Templars, for the people who, if you haven't prayed at least 3 times a day, you're gonna start praying out that airlock. And I'm sure there's some other chapters I may have missed as well, like Crimson Fists and stuff, but those are the main ones right here. Here, quote, from the Emperor himself. They shall be my finest warriors, these men who give of themselves to me. Like clay I shall mold them, and in the furnace of war I shall forge them. They shall be of iron will and steely sinew. In great armor I shall clad them, and with the mightiest weapons shall they be armed. They will be untouched by plague or disease, no sickness shall blight them. They shall have such tactics, strategies, and machines that no foe will best them in battle. They are my bulwark against the terror. They are my defenders of humanity. They are my space marines, and they shall know no fear.
Hell yes, that is cool AF. I want that, like, printed on the wall somewhere.
Tabletop, they fuck. Oh, they fuck hard. As of making this video, Space Marines are laughably strong. That might change at some point, but overall, Space Marines just have it's like a Swiss Army knife, a tool for anything you need, except it's like a gold-plated Swiss Army knife. It is extremely strong. If you are actually getting into...
But gold isn't that strong though, is it? It's actually a really malleable metal, so I feel like that analogy is kind of off. You know what I mean?
The tabletop of Warhammer, Space Marines are a great start. Also, whatever gameplay style you have, whether you want to be sit back with long range and heavy weaponry, go fast and run in, or even just full melee, all of these options are totally there for you. Space Marines are super badass, but unfortunately, it's time we start praying to our new god, the 2011 Honda Civic.
So is it any wonder people are afraid of technology?
Technology! The Adeptus mechanicus.
What?
The Adeptus mechanicus are a technophile cult on Mars. Now, these people are a little bit weird because they don't actually really believe in the Emperor of Mankind. And you might think, oh, whoa, Bricky, that sounds like some heresy. A little bit. They believe in the Emperor, they believe in his power, but they don't pray to him. They pray to something called the Omnissiah.
Wait, so isn't that what the Emperor wanted, though? Because he was against religion. So these technically are more aligned with what the Emperor wanted? Apart from this Omnissiah person that they're religious with.
And the Omnissiah is this kind of machine god that they believe permeates in all machines. And if you think, well, wait a minute, they believe in a different god as well? That sounds like super heresy. Well, yes-ish, but... they also make all your guns, and they make all your tanks, and they make everything that you have.
Makes sense.
So you can't really tell them to fuck off? because you're not gonna win nothing if you don't got stuff to shoot people with.
His comedy slaps. His comedy's so good when it comes to this stuff. There's a certain point where you know so much about a certain subject that you can make fun of it and it makes sense. And he's at that level. He's at that
Their
level.
Omnissiah at least makes sense from their standpoint. They believe it to be a deity that permeates through all machines. Your Honda Civic, your standard bolt gun, your Dune Strider Walker, your giant mechs, your huge ships. The Omnissiah is present through all. And the only reason your stuff works is because the machine's spirit in it says it works. If you want your gun to work, your tank to run, you must pray to it. And I mean full stop. You need to start chanting in high Gothic. You need to burn incense. You need to sit on your knees and pray to that car. You need to rub oil on your robes, and you need to go ahomina, homina, 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 homina. Full stop. If you want your damn thing to work, if you want your gun to fire, you need to do that. They are very bizarre. And they actually have a bit of a point because it's obviously working. And if you look at them, I don't know how that works. So they obviously know something about what they're doing. The most notable member of the Adeptus mechanicus is Archmagos, Magos, whatever, Belisarius Call. Look at this dude. Look at this dude. Yeah. This is the group we're talking about. These are these weirdos. Here. Okay. The Omnissiah Creed. The credo, Omnissiah. There is no truth in flesh, only betrayal. There is no strength in flesh, only weakness. There is no constancy in flesh, only decay. There is no certainty in flesh, but death.
I mean, they're not wrong.
Flesh is weakness, flesh is death. The Omnissiah is the god of the machines, and if you wish to be whole, if you wish to be holy, if you wish to give unto him, you must saw down your limbs and remove your organs and replace them with mechanical parts, because that is what he wants, and that is how you will become enlightened. Hard technophiles mixed with religious extremism.
Yeah.
That's mechanicus. Now for their...
I mean, I think they're really cool. I don't think I would play as them. I think I tell you what, the different ideologies, the different religious stuff, the different races, the different planets. There's so much creativity that's gone into this. You can tell that it's an old game at this point because there's been so much creativity dived into it that they've plucked only the best of what they could think out, and it really shows. Like this group of people who I don't think I would play as are still incredibly interesting, and I think that's fantastic. Something that I really enjoy in fiction when I read books, sci-fi fantasy books, is when the enemy is an enjoyable enemy, when it's something that is intriguing, something you want to know, someone or something that you want to know more about, sometimes kind of likable in a way that they're a good enemy. It's like how a lot of people like Loki in the Thor films. He's a bad guy, or he's technically not a bad guy, he's a trickster, but he is a bad guy to a certain extent in some of the films, and people love him, and it's because the character is done so well and the creativity is so good there, and I feel like I get that same thing from these.
Army side of things, they are with the Skitarii. The Skitarii operate with very bizarre weaponry and lots of different kinds of vehicles, tanks, and different people in between. They're very weird, but they have extremely wacky and enjoyable, and in fact quite effective, both in the real game and in the lore, weaponry and gear. Overall, as an army on the tabletop, they're very weird and have a whole bunch of different shenanigans, but if you like kind of that quirky, wacky techno thing, I'd give them a pickup. Hell, they're so paranoid. I gotta keep going. They're so paranoid and crazy. These Dune Striders you see right here, one guy was able to make them work. One guy, and he died. And they're so scared they'll never work again that they keep them on and they never turn them off, and they run around in a circle the whole time until they need them, and then they corral it and they go into battle. Yep.
What?
The Adeptus mechanicus. Now, if you want to talk about faith, though, let's talk about the Sisters of Battle.
A simp has fallen for an eagle in Lego City.
The Sisters of Battle of the Adeptus Sororitas, if that's how I pronounce it correctly, is an all-female group of battle sisters going
The friggin' skirt he's got on. Amazing.
through the ecclesiarchy section of the Imperium. The ecclesiarchy is, of course, the church. This is, imagine a private army of the church, which is scary, and it is. The sisters are an extremely zealotous force, and they take this to a full extreme. They believe in three main things: faith, martyrdom, and fire. Through the bolter, the flamer, and the melta, the Sisters of Battle are extremely potent at taking out chaos and heretics. Mainly heretics, because as they are a fighting section of the ecclesiarchy church, that's the big thing they want to kill. Any form of heretic will face the Emperor's justice through those three main weapons: the bolter, the flamer, and the melta, and
that's
they will
really
do
cool.
so with extreme prejudice. Literally.
I find it... I paused it so perfect. I find it ironic that the faith of mankind in Warhammer is from this emperor who hated religion. Like, isn't that so good? Like, the whole premise of all these ideologies are so... As people watching from the outside, as people knowing the lore of this world, we technically know more about the lore of this world than the people in it, if that makes sense. It's like watching the new Star Wars trilogy. They don't know anything about Jedi, but we know the whole past with Anakin and everything like that. It's having that inside knowledge and knowing that the person they worship doesn't care for religion is so good. Is so good that it makes these religions more transparent, and I love that.
They are the closest things we have to nuns in space. And I'm talking hardcore nuns. They carry holy fire on their backs. They have holy, like, books and sigils all across their armor. Their main battle tank is a fucking pipe organ missile launcher. They have small babies that they have, like, removed their brain capacity to make them little servant cherubs to fly around and give them ammunition and shit. They drop churches from low orbit as mini drop pods onto battles. They drop churches into battles, and they blare war hymns and holy music from their frigates in low atmosphere and shower holy water across the battlefield. These are the people you are dealing with, and they're fucking awesome. They can literally stave off demons on the tabletop because their faith is that strong.
That's
Remember
so cool.
The warp, the demons from the warp?
That is so
well,
cool.
The warp also manifests in your mind. All of your emotions, negative and positive, go through the warp. It's the immaterium, the place of all things. So if you are that mentally fortified, that mentally strong, you can stave off horrifying demons.
That's so
cool. And all
cool.
these girls, oh, not a crack. Not a crack in that mental armor. Now, as much as a meme as they are, and as much as their models look a lot like Ongo Gabloglian, yeah, which I can't unsee anymore, I gotta say, I love their design. I think
so
they're
cool.
Extremely cool. They're another army that I'm currently collecting. They just released a whole new line of figures very recently, and they look wonderful.
That's really cool.
Everything from Celestine, the living, literally undying saint, from the triumph of Saint Catherine, which is literally a funeral procession as a model. Those organ tanks I mentioned earlier. This shit is the most over-the-top badassery in
I'm all about
a
it.
lot of the
I love
Warhammer
these.
universe. And goddamn it, is it over the top. But Sisters of Battle are so cool.
I feel like this is the type of group of, like, I don't know what you call them. These, what do you call them? Like, this faction, I guess. I feel like it's one that I wouldn't necessarily hardcore collect because I like, you know, Space Marines and stuff like that. I like the Tau. Although I don't know much about the Tau, I might not like them in the end. And I really like I forgot the ones at the start that are just grunts. I really, really like them ones. These I like. I don't think I would collect them as hardcore as the other ones, but I would collect a few just to paint them and have them on the shelf. Do you get what I mean? That's the type of characters these are to me, I think.
While I'm a guardsman at heart, this is such a cool faction. By Bolter Shell, Flamer Burst, and Melta Blast, the mutant, the heretic, and the traitor alike are cleansed of their sin of existence. So it has been
so
for
cool.
5 millennia, so shall it be until the end of time. And speaking of burning demons.
What time are we on? I think we're gonna end it there because I like waiting with these. I like drip feeding it to myself. Amazing, absolutely. I tell you what, Bricky is good. I might try and contact him. Bricky, if you're watching this, DM me or something. I'm gonna try and DM you because this is phenomenal. This is brilliant. This is absolutely fantastic. If you're watching this and you follow Bricky or anything like that, and I'll leave a link down below to his original video. Please go and like the original video, subscribe to him, and send him some love because he definitely does deserve it. Go over to his Instagram or something or whatever and comment that I'm watching his stuff. All right, and we'll see if I can get in touch with him because this guy's fantastic. I'd love to pick his brain about this stuff and maybe have him and talk to him on the channel with you guys. I think that would be a ton of fun. Yeah, I'd love to maybe get him on and we'll have a chat about Warhammer. What do you guys think about that? Bricky, if you're watching, I'm calling for you. Come over here. Come and chat to me about Warhammer. Get me hyped, mate. Get me hyped because your videos are fantastic. They're amazing. This actually might be my favorite series I've ever reacted to. Like legit. It might even top the Escape from Tarkov raid stuff. So yeah, it's good. Members, you're amazing. I love you. I couldn't do this without you. I honestly couldn't make videos every single day if it wasn't for these members right here. So thank you for supporting the channel as much as you do. I truly appreciate it. Links down below to all my socials, including the 2 links to Discord. We've got the military link for all things military. Join that if you want to get fit for the military. Join the military. All that good stuff. Join that military Discord. The second one's the Geek Discord for all things Warhammer, SCP, D&D, Halo, Metro, Star Wars, the whole 9 yards on the Geek channel. On the Geek Discord. Also, link down below to my podcast and my Twitch stream, where I stream Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays, which, by the way, yesterday's stream was brilliant. We did a military stream. We played some Ghost Recon. We had some of the best viewership I've ever had on Twitch. We had like 180, 190 people at one point, I think, watching us, and we just played Ghost Recon. We talked tactics. We talked military, getting fit for the military. We talked I answered all your questions. It was a ton of fun, and we're going to do it again very soon. So stay tuned for that. And also, link down below to my second channel, Original Human Geek, where we have some really cool stuff like D&D and all that good stuff. Until next time, guys, I love you all. Have a wonderful day. Goodbye.